Well, it is Friday, December the 2nd, another night of opportunity in the NBA. Another winning night on Tuesday, which is the last night we were with you here at BetSafe. That puts us 5-1 on our 6 plays this week. We won also last week and the week before. At some point, we're going to have to go back and figure out where we're at here. But anyway, we are winning. Hope to continue it tonight. 3 games I'll be involved in on this Friday. Let's get to them now quickly. Starting in New York, where the Knicks host the Minnesota Timberwolves. New York, a 2.5-point favorite at BetSafe, 210 the total in this game. Now, these teams played just 2 days ago. I happened to watch the entire game. New York dominated the first half. Minnesota came back in the second half. Knicks ended up winning by 2 points, 106-104. Really looked like the Timberwolves figured out something defensively at halftime. After surrendering 60 points, I believe, in the first half, they held the Knicks below 50 in the second. Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks just cannot handle Karl-Anthony Towns. He had 47 points in that game. Expect him to have another big one here tonight. You know, one reason I think the Wolves might be able to turn the tables here and spring the minor upset is they didn't shoot the ball very well the other night. They only lost by 2 points, but just 4 of 19 from three-point range. That is 21%. The Knicks, meanwhile, shot over 40% from three-point range. Not sure if they're going to be able to duplicate that performance. Again, it looked like in the second half of the game 2 nights ago, the Wolves sort of found their sea legs against this team. I think they're going to go into New York and pick up the win. I like them plus 2.5. Moving on now to Toronto, where the Raptors host the LA Lakers. Toronto, an 11-point favorite at BetSafe, 214 the total in this game. Now, the Lakers have been better than most thought they would be this season. They're now 10-10 on the year, coming off a surprise win over the Chicago Bulls. But, you know, when this team loses, they lose big. They already have 6 losses this year by 12 points or more. Each of their last 3 defeats have come by 17 points or more. Really tough spot here, going on the road to face one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. The Raptors, 12-6 on the year. We know what they do. They're led by that backcourt, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. Those guys combined for 53 points in a nice win over Memphis on Wednesday night. Another thing to keep in mind here, the Lakers going to be without starting shooting guard Nick Young tonight. Big part of what they do on both sides of the floor. LA, 27th in the NBA in points allowed. They're surrendering 109.6 points per game. I do not think this is going to be competitive. Think the Lakers go into Toronto and lose handily. I was about to say think they go into Toronto and pull out a big win, but I do not think that's going to happen. Think the Raptors win this game comfortably, like them as an 11-point favorite. Final game I'm on here on this Friday, December the 2nd. What about in Atlanta? The Hawks hosting the Detroit Pistons. Atlanta, a 2.5-point favorite at BetSafe, 200 the total in this game. These teams moving in opposite directions. Their record's very similar. Detroit at 10-10, Atlanta at 10-9. But the Pistons coming off back-to-back road wins over 2 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, the Celtics and Hornets. The Hawks, meanwhile, they have lost 4 straight games and 7 of 8. The wheels have totally come off in Atlanta, and they've been struggling on both sides, both ends of the floor. They've only scored 100 points twice in their last 8 games, and they've allowed 100 or more 6 times in that span. Paul Millsap, one of their best players, questionable tonight. He missed their last game, a loss to the lowly Phoenix Suns. Look, Atlanta a slight favorite here. I think the general thought is they're returning home now. They're a veteran team going to be able to sort of pull it together and pull out a win, but I don't know. They're going to turn it around at some point. I don't see any reason to believe that they're going to turn it around tonight against this red-hot Pistons team. I like the Pistons to go into Atlanta and pull out an outright win here. I'm on them plus 2.5. There you have it. Those are my thoughts on this Friday, December the 2nd. I like the Minnesota Timberwolves as a 2.5-point dog in New York. I like the Toronto Raptors, minus 11 against the LA Lakers. And I like the Detroit Pistons, plus 2.5 in Atlanta. Hey, I wish you best of luck in whatever you decide to do, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests. Until next time, for BetSafe, I'm John Arnett.